In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, everybody. It's Mega Monday. So happy Mega Monday. So, sorry about the sty. The eye doesn't look very nice, but it's all okay. It's under control. We had a wonderful weekend this weekend with the Platinum Jubilee. Fantastic seeing it all. And the Piece de Resistance was all of them on the balcony on the last day. That was so nice. I loved that bit. Seeing like the future kings and the Queen there is superb. Now, I have got the wonderful Amanda after this, but I just wanted to say a happy birthday to all of my family, being that it's my daughter's birthday on the 4th of June, my husband's was on the 5th of June, Oliver's is today on the 6th of June, and I've got Chloe on the 14th of June. So, very, very busy month for me. But being a fantastic weekend with all of their birthdays and the Queen's Jubilee. And yep, and then we're going to have a nice birthday for Chloe too. Now, it's also Mike Callahan's birthday today as well. So I'd like to wish him a happy birthday. You will be seeing him on Wednesday in the interview with me with the aftermath of Russell Quirk. So that will be very interesting. So watch this space. Now, after this, as I said, Amanda's coming up. So here we so, hi, today we have Amanda on our show. So, thank you very much, Amanda, for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
No, you're absolutely welcome. It's lovely. So, we're going to go through your history and where you're at now and where you had your surgery, etc., etc. So, let's start now. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Amanda. I live in Middle Tennessee in America. 42 years old. I had VSG in January.
Great. So, and what was your highest weight?
It was 247.
Was it? Okay. And then the history of it, was that always a high weight or were you always not bad or
No,
slim?
no, I was always very slim until I started getting closer to my 40s, and all of a sudden, I blame it on my husband. Really, I'm just kidding, but we got fat and happy and lazy, I
As we
guess.
do.
But
Yes, we
yeah,
do. We all do. We all get to that stage.
yeah, I was always a really thin person, and then all of a sudden it just kept creeping
Mhm.
on, and I couldn't get it off.
Yeah. And I think also when you are in that stage of happiness, which happened to me a couple of times over the years, you are happy, so you comfort and you're like, oh, should we get a Chinese? Oh, yeah, should we
Oh
get an
yeah,
Indian? Yeah. So it is a
definitely.
bit of, yeah, comfort. Let's stay in, let's have a takeaway. So, of course,
Mhm.
the weight does pile on here and there. Yeah,
Yeah, it sure does.
yeah. So that's where you were at. So you got to your 40s, you started to put the weight on, you were slim beforehand. Did you
Yes.
get any more sort of comments or did you get anybody giving you negativity with you starting putting the weight on?
Actually, no. I I heard it, but nobody was actually saying it.
Yeah.
Um, but no, nobody ever commented on it. Not
Just literally you heard behind your back sort of thing.
well, no, not even behind my back. It was more so I was creating it in my head,
Okay.
like I felt like they were looking at me differently or judging
Yeah.
me, and they probably weren't even thinking about it, but in my head they were.
Yeah, yeah, that's how I felt. Yeah, and I probably created a lot of insecurities around myself because of that. In my head, I was just
Oh
like,
yeah.
it's me, it's me, it's me. They don't like me anymore.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
They think I'm they think I'm a giant
yeah,
when they're not
exactly.
even paying attention to it.
I know exactly. That's probably true. Very, very true. So, you didn't have your surgery in America. Why was that? How is it in America to have your surgery?
Well, so my insurance wouldn't cover it at all. And I could have gotten it here locally, and it was going to be $25,000 without insurance. And
Okay.
that just wasn't affordable. And then I found out that there's a lot of medical tourism in Mexico, and it's way more affordable there. And so I ended up going just outside of Texas and paid about a third of the price.
Yeah, yeah. But if you don't mind me asking, how much was that you paid in Mexico
It was
compared to
80
25?
it was 8,500.
Wow,
Yeah.
what a difference. It is amazing, isn't it? I'm speaking to a lot of people that are going abroad, and to be honest, I wish I'd gone abroad. When I hear all of this now, I wish I'd gone abroad. There's so many recommendations as well, like yourself, that you'd probably say, "Oh, they were wonderful. You should have gone there."
Oh, yeah. And I see a lot of people from the UK going to Turkey to have
They
their
are,
surgeries.
they
Yeah.
are. I'm speaking to a lot of people, interviewing a lot of people now that are going to Turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
it's
it
very good.
feels like it's the same thing here where, and there's even other procedures
Countries,
people are having done, like any kind of plastic surgeries or
mm,
dental even,
they are.
and it's
Yeah.
all way more affordable than here in
Yeah,
America.
yeah, no, they are. And here they're off to Turkey, plastic surgery, the lipo, the tummy tuck after surgery. After
Hmm.
they've lost all their weight. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Would you do that? Would you have it all taken off, or the loose skin, or did you not get loose skin?
So far, I don't have any, but
Oh,
if that
great.
does become an issue, then I'm not opposed to having it taken off.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not either. How much have you lost so far?
At 55 pounds so far.
Wow, that's great. And where's your goal weight? Where do you want to be?
My goal weight is between 145 to 155,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
bouncing around 192 to 193 right now.
Yeah, yeah. And when did you have your surgery?
It was at the end of January.
End of January. So £50 is amazing
Yeah,
in that time.
thanks.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing.
I
So it
have
won't
to
be
remind
long.
myself of that.
You do. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. I was quite slow actually. Because of my medications, I was quite a
Hmm.
slow loser. So when I look at people like losing £50, I'm like, go you, go you.
Thanks. Thanks. It,
Yeah,
it
no, it's incredible.
it feels a lot better. I feel better and I have more confidence and just overall, feel
Mm.
healthier.
Yeah, exactly. It does. So you running around now?
Well, I wouldn't say running, but I'm
Running.
walking briskly.
Like me then. Like me, no problem. Oh, absolutely. So when you got to Mexico, did you have a travel buddy?
No,
Did
I
your husband
decided
go with you?
no, we have two teenagers, so he stayed at home with them and I went by myself, and it
Okay.
was it was a perfectly wonderful experience by
Were
myself.
you nervous? Were you nervous beforehand to travel on your own though?
No, not to travel on my own. I wasn't.
Oh,
My
good. Well done.
my family, my parents, they were really nervous about it, but I wasn't. I mean,
Yeah.
people go all the time and nothing
Yeah.
happens. So
Yeah,
I was just
exactly.
trying to be optimistic, I suppose. But yeah, I didn't worry
That's the
about
way
it
to
at all.
be.
I tried to be.
So who did you go with?
As far as my doctor,
Yeah, the surgeon, the hospital.
Dr. Alvarez, and he's at Endo Bariatric.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a little plug for him.
Yes, yes, he was wonderful.
Oh. So when you get to the airport in Mexico,
Mhm.
what happens? Do they pick you up, and when does it all
Yeah,
happen?
so I flew into San Antonio, and they have a gentleman that picks up everybody that's having surgery and their travel partner,
Hmm.
and we drive. It was about 2 hours to the hospital, which is just right outside the the border.
Mm.
And there were 5 of us that were having surgery, and then 3 people had brought their spouse with them. And so
Right.
we just traveled in a nice, comfy van and got there a few hours later and got all
Got to
settled
know each
in.
other.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Do you still speak to them all now?
I do.
Keep in
I
touch.
speak to a couple of them.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah,
And
that's good. Keep in
one of
touch.
the wives, she had the surgery a few months prior, so she was able to give us all kinds of information and advice prior to getting there. So that was really
Yeah.
helpful.
Oh, that's really handy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you get to the hospital now.
Hmm.
So tell me what happens from there.
So they did some lab work, COVID tests. The first night we just stayed on the hotel floor, and then the next day was our surgery.
Right.
And we go to the surgery floor, we have all that done, and then after that, you stay the night of the surgery and then one more night, and then I flew back. I flew in Friday, I flew home on Monday.
Wow.
Yeah.
So a nice little weekend trip. I think that
It
was
was.
operation.
It was. I
No
mean,
lying around the pool for you.
no, not really. We did go on a little field trip, and that was fun the day after
Mm,
surgery. But
mm. How
yeah,
did you feel then with the pain and everything? I mean, how did you,
so
was there any?
I was one of the lucky ones. I mean, I had some gas pain the first day, but all the advice I had been given was to walk, walk, walk. So that's what I did. I would
Mm,
take as many laps as I could and
mm,
rest, and then walk some more. So my gas pain really wasn't that bad. And then, I mean, I had incision pain, but I mean, overall, I had a
you were fine.
fantastic recovery.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, that's excellent. So, now, did they give you any medications or anything thereafter?
Yeah, we had pain medication, non-narcotic, and
Mm.
what is it called?
That just like a uh,
It, um,
Traladol or whatever you call it. No, sort of for
what
pain
is?
medication. Did you? Is that for flying back?
Yeah, yeah, and we had a couple of days of pain medication after that
Yeah.
too, and then what is it that for like GERD and reflux?
Oh, yeah. So it's the stomach settlers.
Yes,
I
yes,
have lansoprazole, or you get
yeah,
opramazole.
yeah,
Yeah,
that one.
yeah, yeah. Tongue tied.
Right.
Yeah. So what about like travel socks and what's the risk flying home?
Well, my flight was really short, so I
Didn't need all that.
no, I really didn't. Um, that Monday, I got to the airport super early because just of when my flight was, and hung around there for a while and then flew back. My flight, I believe, was a 2-hour flight.
Right.
And
So that's
yeah,
not long.
no, we're not too far from Texas whenever it's,
Mm,
flying distance.
mm.
So it really wasn't that bad. The only thing that I probably shouldn't have done was that I did put my carry-on in the bin myself. I probably should have had somebody do that for me, but I made
What's
it
that?
out
Sorry,
okay.
say that again.
My carry-on bag, I put it in the overhead bin.
Oh, the overhead.
Yeah, I probably should
You
have
have to
had
stretch
somebody.
up.
Yeah, somebody else should have done that, but it was fine.
Yeah, yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, but as you say, you've flown through it.
Yeah, I mean,
You really have. Absolutely
yeah.
fantastic. I know. How good's that? So they gave you the medications for when you come home. What's the aftercare like? What do they do now? How do you keep in touch?
So I can call them anytime I need to if there's any kind of issue,
Good.
or then, you know, what's really recommended is to go see your primary care physician back at home.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. And you're able to do that
Uh-huh.
under sort of insurance, everything. They don't mind because I know sometimes we get again from our GP, our actual doctors, if we say, oh, we need this or we need that now, aftercare, they're like, well, isn't your surgeon going to do that? Isn't your
Right.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the insurance, but mine
Mm.
didn't have an issue with it.
Didn't have an issue, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine did have a little dig now and again when I
Mm.
said, "Can I have some blood work done?" And it was like, "Well, shouldn't they do it?" And I'm like, "No." They like you to get your own blood work and things done.
Yeah.
So that it was a little bit tricky here and there for me. Yeah. And so what sort of things are you doing now to sort of keep in fitness or exercise? Obviously, it's January now, so you're able to exercise. What do you do,
So in late
if any?
February, yeah, late February, I got motivated to start walking, and the weather was cooperating. So my husband and I would take short walks of an evening. Those walks have gradually gotten longer and
Good.
more frequent. And then about a month or so ago, I added a little bit of weight training, not a whole lot, but like little 5 pound
All
hand
helps. All
weights.
helps.
Yeah. And
All
I
helps.
do some planking too,
Do
which is,
you?
oh my God, it's terrible that I do it.
Torture.
It is.
I haven't got to that stage yet. I think I need to lose a little bit more.
Yeah, they're pretty terrible, but
Yeah.
that's really all I do. I try to get on the treadmill once a
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. But it's good that your husband's going along with it all as well.
Yeah, he's
He
very,
didn't
very
have the
supportive.
surgery, but he didn't have the surgery, did he? But he's
No.
obviously going along the journey with you.
Yeah, definitely. He's been a huge support.
That's fantastic. And does he need to lose weight
I mean,
or is he slim?
maybe a few.
He's gonna kill you for
I
this.
know. I know. I didn't want to answer that.
So no, he's fine. He's
Yes, he is.
actually fit and healthy, but he's obviously helping you to lose yours, which is
Hmm.
fantastic. Actually, that's like my husband as well.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And what about your children? How have they felt about it? Did they sort of, do they prefer you now? Are they sort of saying, "Oh, you're more fit and healthy now," or
They haven't really said
not said
anything.
anything?
I kept it to myself at first because I have one child that kind of has some eating disorder kind of tendencies. So I kept it to myself for a while, and then I finally, told them exactly what happened and why I'm eating the way I'm eating and all of that. And they've been supportive, but they haven't said like
Yeah,
anything beyond that.
yeah, yeah. And so, did you have to explain it to one child, obviously, that's got their tendencies? Did you have to explain everything about it and whys and whats in order for her to understand it and be, I suppose, educated
Yeah,
by it all?
yeah. Because I did have high blood pressure and I had really bad reflux, and those have improved tremendously. And
Good.
so, do you have to
You have to
explain the
tell them that.
positives? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they understood?
Mhm.
Have you got daughters or sons or both?
Um, I've got two daughters and one son.
All right, okay.
The two
So,
youngest are teenagers, and
oh, are they?
the oldest one's grown.
Oh, I've got 25, 24, and 21.
Yeah, my oldest is
Handful.
21.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Mhm.
handful. So, yeah, so you've had the support. That's lovely. Really, it's lovely to have that. And you've got the aftercare as well, I presume, from the hospital.
Mhm.
Do you have the aftercare as well? Do they like psychologists? How did you get on with that?
No, they don't. They don't have the psychologist or the nutritionist, which is two things that I feel like I missed out on by going to Mexico. But I'm doing a lot of research and a lot of seeking out others that have had bariatric surgery. And so I feel like I'm compensating for missing out on that.
Mm. So that's a shame, isn't it? So
Yeah.
would you tell somebody else to find a hospital that does do all the aftercare then and the pre-care?
Oh, that's a
What
good
would be your
question.
advice?
That is a good question.
Mm,
I I think my answer would be to, well, I mean, my answer was financial. And so if
mm,
you are able to do it in America and do it, in a financially sound way,
yeah,
then I would 100% support that and,
go for it.
encourage that. But, for me, it just wasn't an option. I
Mm,
don't regret going to Mexico at
mm.
all.
No, no.
But
You
yeah,
just wish that had that bit of aftercare that would have
yeah,
helped.
yeah, I think that if somebody has that option, then I would definitely stay in the States to do
Mm,
it.
yeah. I mean, I have heard, obviously, I've actually just interviewed a nutritionist and her patient,
Hmm.
and together, and they're very reasonable. But the aftercare, obviously, they're still great with the nutritionist because obviously they're in touch, they're keeping in touch, and
Hmm.
that's great. So it can be done, can be done.
Yeah.
So that probably would be your advice to somebody else if they can do it, get
Hmm.
one with the aftercare.
Right. Yeah.
Mm. Can you phone your hospital then and say, I need this, I need that? Or is it literally you're done?
I didn't get the feeling that you're done. Like I feel like I could call them and ask whatever questions I need to
Mm.
ask. I just haven't needed to. So I,
Yeah.
I haven't, for me, it
Okay.
was done, but I didn't
You
feel
could
like,
have.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you could have. Yeah, yeah. So on the bariatric side, is there anything you didn't know to sort of to wrap this up? Sort of, is there anything that you feel that you didn't know or advice you'd give to somebody else? Anything like that? Now, especially after you've been doing your research and you've started your journey, is there any advice?
So the hardest part for me has been the mental aspect of it. And I do have depression, OCD, and anxiety, so that doesn't help the situation. But the mental struggles that we have, as far as not having that comfort that we could go to easily, and then not having that comfort, then having to deal with the emotions or the boredom or whatever it is, like actually having to put forth the effort to deal with
Yeah, it's the
whatever the
mind.
right. So that's one reason why I kind of wish I'd had, the psych aspect of it.
Mm.
But that would be my biggest, thing to tell
Advice.
somebody is that, there is a huge mental aspect to it that
Mm.
I didn't realize going into it.
That they should prepare themselves
Hmm.
by seeing somebody, yeah.
Yeah.
There are ways to deal with it and to get prepared for that psychologist, the therapy
Hmm.
side of it that you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Because it is all in the head. Your
It
head
is.
hunger, the am I hungry? Am I not hungry? Do I need water? No, I don't need water. It's like like a newborn baby. It's like that. Are they
Yes.
hungry? Do they need water? Do they need their nappy changing?
Yeah. That's exactly what it's like, and trying
Yeah.
to figure out all of it
Mm,
is very difficult.
yeah, yeah. No, it is. It is hard. But you're doing it and you've lost 50 blooming pounds.
I have. I'm doing it.
You are, certainly are. Oh. So where can we find you? Because obviously you've got your podcast. So I'd like to know all about your podcast, where my viewers can find you as well.
My podcast is Bariatric Life Podcast, and it's
Fantastic.
on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the places. And it's me and my husband, and we do interviews as well. And sometimes it's just me jibber jabbering, and people seem to enjoy Chris and my back and forth because
Oh, good.
we we're jokesters most of the
Yeah. I love that.
time, and
I
we
love
pick on
that.
each other and whatnot. So
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, we're like that, I must say. Yeah, my husband and I are like that in general.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, no, they all pick on me, all the children and him, and I just take it.
Ah, you need to give it back some.
I know I do. I do, but I don't. So, and then your Instagram, where can they find you?
So Instagram, I have the Bariatric Life Podcast Instagram, and then my personal is Amanda's VSG.
Fantastic. So now they know where to find you.
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming
Thank
on today. I
you.
really appreciate it.
I had a good time.
Did
Enjoyed
you?
talking with
Ah,
you.
well, we'll keep in touch definitely because I want to see whether you lose any more, but you will. You
I hope so.
absolutely will. No, of course you will. You're doing it, honey. You're doing it.
I
No,
appreciate
it's
it.
fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. Well, look, we'll keep in touch. And what I'll do is I'll end it here now and then we'll speak after.
Sounds good.
All right, darling, hold on. Let's end recording.
Disclaimer: I am not medically trained, but I am here to be a support system for you on your journey. If you have any medical concerns, please seek professional help immediately. Together,